So now we're going to react to Submarine Sandwich Submarine. So they're still going to have fun adventures, and they still want to make the most of every day, but they're going to be presented with new challenges and experiencing new emotions that they never have before. Well, like they have experienced emotions before, but the stakes will be higher for sure.
There's another 104
days. Now we actually get the theme song. I think it might be the exact same theme song. So it starts with "There's Another," and then everything else is the same. But they did re-record all this. All the same animations. But what about the end screen? Alright, all season 5 now. It's all screenshots from this season. Okay. Pretty much the same, but just a little
bit more to the left.
At the end. Just a little difference at the end. Alright.
Perfect. Hey, Phineas. What you do? Wow.
Oh, beautiful. The flow of that animation, and then Isabella getting enamored by the inventions that she didn't even finish.
Yeah. Building castles made of sand. I know it's today,
Yep.
Mom, but right now I have
They're gonna do it again.
right. The boys are building the biggest and stupidest thing in Phineas and Ferb history. Wait till you see.
Biggest and stupidest? Wow.
Literal monstrosity.
All the adjectives.
But.
Well, I'm heading to the beach now with my...
And you'll also see what the boys are making.
The lighting. The lighting.
And this is what the sandwich would look like in a storm.
The Mariana Trench.
They're going. Oh, awesome.
Then we're gonna need trench coats.
Going to space.
Exciting.
Okay, I will say.
Dangerous.
Let me pause. So, they've gone to space numerous times. One might argue, and I've seen this a lot, and I presume it's to be true, that because of the oceanic pressure at extreme depths, it's harder to navigate to the Marianas Trench than it is in space. So, they've conquered the skies in every conceivable capacity, Phineas and Ferb in the game. Now they're going to conquer the sea and seize the sea today. Really excited for that.
Here we go. Little Miss Safety Patch strikes again.
Some would say I got most of these safety patches from pulling your biscuits out of the fire. Anyway, we're gonna need high-pressure hull insulation, radar, sonar, and a periscope.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Isabella's really on top of things. Awesome. Now comes Perry.
Wait. Why am I a sock puppet?
It's a filter, sir.
Well, turn it off.
We got social media filters here. I will say, most of the Phineas and Ferb crowd are very much on, like, the big short form. Probably, like, the most invested in, like, short form content, Instagram stories, all that, so... Dan and Swappy really do know their audience and know what's nods and what references to put in, so... Yeah, now we got filters here.
It was part of the bundle.
Okay. It's funny.
Oh, Puppet Carl's funny.
I'm just gonna roll.
That's great.
Agent P.
Cross eyes.
Clearly his mom didn't teach him, well, a lot of things, which is why we all have a job. So,
Yeah. They know the backstories. Club balloon. What do we got? What do we got?
you're such a weenie, Carl.
Yeah, Barry's just going. I want to see Perry smile and laugh a bit here and there. All deli, all food.
You tell me any different, Pericles the platypus.
Pericles.
In the meantime,
Crab trap. Lobster trap.
it's the surf and turf and puss special, and not this ridiculous window of me kicking it.
What? You're just gonna drop? You're just gonna drop a Doofenshmirtz mosaic stained glass window? Ridiculous window. I would not use the term ridiculous for that. Not my first word, anyway.
No, me kicking an orange.
Kicking an orange.
Sorry, don't even ask.
The orange kicking backstory.
A week from Tuesday. I've got to wait around.
Yeah, the rolly guys.
I type in the kind of food I want here, which sends a
Just like the food is meant for.
Cold War spy satellite.
But instead of creating food, you steal it.
Right back here, an unnecessary
The amount of
stuff I'm
beans
still very proud of.
that have bounced off satellites in this show, if I had a nickel for every time, I actually might have over $1.
Everyone's food will be my food. I am so lazy.
Yeah, we know. There's nothing new about Doofenshmirtz being lazy to move around.
Ow! Pterodontal the platypus.
We come up with more and more
Twice,
names.
I'm getting warmer.
All right. Deep Sea Adventure. Yep. Excellent song choice. Genre.
Can you hold the onions, please? We'll be at sea a while.
Ooh! Buford's burp. Sailing the high seas and diving into the deepest of the seas, yeah. Excellent voyage music, there it is.
Who are you?
I'm an oven repair guy, but I've got time to kill. Nowhere to be until a week from Tuesday.
Yeah, so that's the repair guy. A little continuity there.
Oven repairman
Nice detail.
apparently are building a honey.
Some oven repairman.
Can you hear how disappointed my face looks?
It's okay, Mom. We'll be there soon. The helicopter's coming.
Wait, what?
And then Candace is gonna sneak on.
Oh, I'm just an innocent stowaway.
she's gonna use. So she's learned to use the inventions to bust the inventions too. In her mind, she's getting smarter. I'll leave that up to your judgments to decipher whether or not that is better judgment.
China. Here, this is my bad China. Have at you.
All right, toss the plates. We drop in. You want to go to the beach? Why are you going to the depths?
Haha, I got you. Just wait till Mom sees. Whatever.
Where did you think we're going, Candace?
Is the Mariana Trench supposed to have two gross bloodshot eyes?
There's the beast.
Move over, Ferb. I've almost got my license.
Almost got it. They'll nod to a future episode. All right, and now the food is going to be used for a fight. Tail slap, tail slap, tail slap.
Big money, no whammy.
Perry's training is going to result in a lot of new moves.
Luckily, I'm wealthy and can afford more. I'm so alone.
Excellent gags. Excellent gags. Yeah, just stealing all the tables. They're putting their lives in danger almost every single episode now, I presume. For now. That'll change. Again, a lot of what I'm saying is hyperbolic.
Move over, Candace! Everyone hold on!
Isabella's taking charge! And taking no prisoners.
We may be doomed, but these nimble fingers and 5 years of violin lessons can play us out in style.
Bullshit! Bullshit! No! On the tone. But does it help?
Perhaps in hindsight, we should not have made our submarine out of food!
What are you talking about? Bullshit, you have no right to be angry. Come on. You helped build this. You're as much a part of this as the rest of the gang.
Ha! There is no handle!
This Doofenshmirtz stole the handle.
Are there bite
No, actually no.
Nobody packed any snacks.
Isabella, swing around to starboard.
She'll listen to Phineas on a heartbeat.
Everybody to your stations. We're surfacing.
Well, easy out.
A submission. You will not believe your eyes.
Clever wordplay.
I believe I won't believe my eyes.
Clever wordplay, clever.
And thank you for washing your hands. Food safety and even-length shoelaces. Two things people always take for granted.
Yep. Perry leveraging being friendly. Time clock. Now Perry is using the dynamic to his advantage. They're all getting, presumably, more intelligent about the way they go about things. Like, clever, I should say. They've always been, like, intelligent super geniuses, but they're using, like, little cleverness. Wait, is that Love It? Hello. All the gags! All the gags! You get what I mean. And it gets, so it gets covered in sin.
Oh, I get it. A submarine sandwich, submarine sand sculpture. You've got such special skills, sweetie.
Look at that alliteration. That's a lot of alliteration. I'm gonna try saying that myself. A submarine sandwich, submarine sand sculpture. You've got such special skills. That was pretty good. Say like 85 to 90% at the very least. And they're cheering for Candace! Yeah!
Oh, there you are, Perry.
Nice new chitters. The deep in chitters.
Missed his window.
Damn Doofenshmirtz. Diving time!
I can't believe my baby is 16 and failed her driver's license test.
So a little quick story about my driving experience. So I have my full license now. There's basically, in Canada, we have a multi-tiered license system. So we have essentially a license you can get with what would be the equivalent of a learner's permit for Americans. Then there's 2 tiers above it, and the higher of the 2 is just the full license. So there's multiple stages here. I got the first 2 on my first try, doing the written portion. Basically, with the very first iteration, I have to have like a fully licensed driver of 4 years, I believe, or more. in the passenger seat for me to drive. Then there's being able to drive by myself, but with some more restrictions in terms of actually taking the test. I put it off for quite some time, and in Canada, where I live, there's a 5-year window from getting your first iteration of your license to the final, so getting your full license. That you have to do it within that 5-year window, otherwise you have to start over. And I waited till the last 3 months, I would say, when I started actually like going for my full license. I failed the first time, but then succeeded the second time. It was like a modified version, so it was easier. There was no testing on parking. I didn't actually do that good of a job parking, but since the test wasn't about parking, and the instructor didn't notice, or if he did notice, he didn't say anything, and then I got it then. So I started getting my first version at 16. I didn't get my license till 2023, because then it expired in 2025, 2 years later. Yeah. Currently 23, got my license in 2023. There's a little bit more about me. We can continue.
And your dad and the boys have been helping you parallel park.
Yep. Some new screens on top of the old ones. Front-facing. The front-facing Candace. Yes.
Hello, just
yes.
say good luck on your test.
Why are you fixing my bike?
Well, this. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
This is just in case.
Just in case. I can't wait to see what the driver's license gags are going to be.
Let's get this over with.
Harsh instructor. What's happening at home? So this shot of the house is amazing. You can really tell the art style has like still shots like these. You can make a whole social media account dedicated to screenshots of various Danville scenery. Go on for quite some time, especially throughout all the seasons, but obviously much more in the later seasons. And it stays true to the geometrical design of putting triangles, trapezoids on these, or I think there's just a bunch of overlapping triangles actually. So just putting triangles on top of triangles, it adds that dynamic flair, that shading, you could say. It's also on the driveway too, you can see on the bottom right here. That's what really gives this show its distinct style. Like adding very almost transparent triangles to add texture to the scenery really makes the show come to life, and it really gives it that identity. It subconsciously triggers in your brain before it goes into the forefront of your mind. That's a really clever and it's really discreet, but powerful all the same. That's the word I'm looking for. Discreet. Gecko here. This is fun.
Whoa! What you doing?
Isabella's as enamored as ever.
But more importantly, they can climb up walls.
Just like the ninja glove from the Phineas Ferb Across the Second Dimension Wii game. Generates. More head Ferb's down there already.
Nailed it. 12% exactly.
That stretch.
Geckos don't have springs, so we added that.
Yeah. And then add some dynamics flair to it as well with the spring. Look at them, they're so stylish!
I thought it might be fun to...
My spring may be wound a little too tight.
I've been saying that for years.
Oh. Look at that frame. Nice. And then it's... Ooh! Monogram got buffed, of course. Monogram would have the decisions.
We clean up pretty nice, don't we, team?
Yeah, same shot. Okay. It would have been funny if they were different. It would have been funny if they were different. There was just like a little gag about who has the muscles. And then, like, Carl snuck in a print. That would have actually been a clever gag. Just a suggestion. Different instruments for the same theme is great.
It's that way.
Damn! More muscular. Oh no, Candace, no.
Start the car. Ow!
Oh no. Ominous. Yeah. Out come the cars. No. All around the city. This would be a blast. For sure. Baljeet right at the camera. Baljeet and Ferb close together, someone's drawing fan art of that. Oh man. There's going to be shots of with fandom culture and shipping, what are people going to do with this? They have to have become like a lot more fandom aware in the decade that Dan and Swampy and the crew had between shows. So a lot more ideas, a lot more ways to flesh them out, and ways to integrate existing parts of culture. They've always been phenomenal at doing that. Every single show they've made, like a substantial part of it is there. I recently watched the entirety of Hamster and Gretel, and I very much liked it. It's really high up there, like close to Phineas and Ferb. They're all really great shows. Milo Murphy's Law too. My hope is that Milo Murphy's Law gets a season 3 renewal. That's what I believe is most important after the Phineas and Ferb revival is concluded. And then I think there'll be like a grand crossover trifecta feature-length film with all 3 sets of heroes ready to save the world or have some grand adventure, or it could be even more casual. It should have some grand stakes, but I'd like there to be, I guess what I'm trying to say is like some quality character interactions there too. And it can be even like honestly, it's better to not even constrict it to an hour 30 minutes. I think it would benefit from actually just being longer and taking its time with the pacing. Just my thoughts. They're cleaning the windows too. It's intimidating every time. Every time the pen is scribbled down, you think it's for something bad, but the reality is you have no idea if you're nervous. So your headspace really does determine how you drive, given the flow state you would need to be in to ensure smooth maneuvers and they're not sharp, and you have to just go and play into the flow of the traffic there. A little bit of a tip there.
Do you need a basket?
Oh, it's one of those baskets that folds into a box. Yeah, my family has those. We use them for shopping quite a lot. I take my grandmother shopping and we use similar boxes, but obviously not caged.
Don't you hate it when you get stuck in traffic coming home from the store and you have ice cream and other perishables?
All the perishables. Get rid of the trafficator!
Yes, of course I returned the cart. I'm evil, not a monster. Anyway.
Damn.
Behold,
The red-green shiftinator. Alternating lights. So that's going to help Candace or mess with Candace a lot in this episode. I do think she's going to get her license in the end. That's just my hypothesis. Could be wrong, but I feel like it's a safer bet. There were very few, I can count on one hand's amount of nickels of the amount of times that shopping carts have just randomly appeared on my school field. And maybe it wasn't on my school field, but maybe it was the halfway point between a school I went to and the supermarket. It's doable, but you have to kind of go out of your way too, walking distance. It would take probably more than 5 but less than 10-minute walk. There'd just be a random shopping cart on a field. So yeah. Interesting. Doofus first views that as being a monster here.
I'm evil, not a monster. And get me home before my groceries get grosser. Ease. There's something in there. I'll workshop it later.
I'm exactly where Doofus first is when it comes to workshopping what I'm trying to say. But Rudy. Cars would not stop in the middle of an intersection. If it turns red, they just finish off if they're already in the middle of the intersection. Which can be dangerous for traffic, and Perry knows. Perry knows, people drive crazy in 2025. Whole conversation about improved public transport and walkable cities and all that.
Have you had room temperature? That's the real danger. That's the collapse of society right there.
Quite passionate about this. Did Doofenshmirtz really think the cage wasn't gonna break?
Go, Candace!
You got this, Candace! Don't get nervous and make a series of bad decisions that cause you to fail your destiny and haunt you for the rest of your life.
That's what Buford is.
What? I told her not to do that.
I am busting your biscuit.
The busting instincts. They're so strong that they will literally override practically everything. We've seen that throughout the show. It's not a super surprise. But she's prepared.
Out to get real.
One of my top songs thus far. Oh, damn. I was not expecting the car to flip.
Watch and put my foot on the gas.
Probably my favorite Ashley Tisdale song. This season. This is getting pretty hard to top. Dang, what a nice turn. Follow the rules. And there's a baby head gag. Baby head gag. Yep. Perry's out here saving pedestrians. Yeah. Perry really is one of, like, the ultimate, like, Perry likes to work alone a decent amount of the time. Like, obviously, I already talked about how he can work in teams quite well. But yeah, Perry's really out here, like, saving, like, so many lives. And really not getting appreciation for it. A lot of ways. He doesn't do it for the appreciation, obviously, but come on. Throw him a waffle or something. Whatever platypus is eating. Probably not waffles. I just wanted to say that because of this. Had his tail on the brain. What? Barry's Barry's saving all of us.
I'm hot on their trail.
Driving instructors operating as driving instructors would. I honestly, like, say as little as possible. I said, like, a little more than I probably should have on the attempt that I actually succeeded. So yeah, really try to not say much. I'm not sure if you need to, like, say anything during your test. But yeah, if you can, I would say just refrain from saying much wherever possible.
Ah, Perry the Platypus. Yes.
Perry the Platypus. Yeah. Perry the Platypus. Like, so he's saying it, but he literally, Doofenshmirtz literally left Perry behind, and now it's that, Perry the Platypus back here.
Yes, I've acquired a few more things that need to get somewhere fast. There's an expectant mother, a magician holding his breath, and an ice sculpture of a pregnant magician holding her breath. Don't ask, it's been a weird day. This is entrapment!
Entrapment, no! Green stop sign, green pizza?
Summer's great, but fall's my favorite.
What turns green, though? No, it turns green and red, of course.
Hey!
Hair swap!
Back at ya.
It's gonna swap back. Yeah, oh, it's not? We got a hair swap! You know, that reminds me of a time where, like, it feels like a fever dream because it was, like, a TV exclusive. There was a whole, like, spot the differences bit. God, I must have been, like, a mid-single-digit age. Maybe I was, I don't know, slightly older, like, right around where the show, it was definitely during Season 1. The early episodes of Season 1, there was this gag in existing episodes where the first few episodes were animated with differences, and it was up to viewers to spot the difference. It would basically be, I think, the same episode. Like, one episode is technically broken off into two smaller episodes. For lack of a better wording, you guys know what I mean. Those swap episodes would be basically the original episode would play, and then a variant of that episode with different outfits, you could say. For example, when I think back to the race car episode, the Fast and the Phineas, that hair swapping sequence, the car was moving back and forth. And then the transitions, like at fast speeds, and the transitions were the hair swapped once and then swapped back. But then they had more elaborate outfits in the other variants of that same Fast and the Phineas episode. So it's one of those things where, like, it was such, like, a small blip in time in the grand scheme of things that you think it might be a fever dream, but it actually did happen.
Heinz is a great name for a boy or a girl, I'm just saying. Isn't that lovely, Perry the Platypus?
Well, good. Doofenshmirtz at least brought the expectant mother to the hospital.
The gecko gear is getting dirty and losing its stick.
Whoa, what? Yeah, what? I'm gonna fall? All based on the spring. Oh, look at the hair, too. Isabella's hair is flowing in a different way. Very nice. That was parallel parking, right? That was the parallel parking. Yes, it was. Fantastic. I think that's going to be a common theme throughout this, like, the two seasons. Like, using existing schemes, like that for Doofenshmirtz the Platypus, as well as here in the Phineas and Ferb segments, using existing tropes to their benefits. Like, for example, Candace's instinct to bust her brothers allowed her to parallel park with no difficulty because she had that really focused headspace where she was so focused on a goal that no emotions got in her way. Her motivation to bust her brother's head did up, pretty much. They're doing the head slap gag. Hope I'm insured. That was a nice, that was a great flow. That was a great flow of the animated card. This is another one, too. And they all fall. I feel like I don't know, really random thing, but, I feel like I recognize this character design from somewhere. Okay, everything's back to where it was.
Get ice cream? Pork loin? I can work with that.
Yeah, you freaking get
There
it.
you are, Perry.
Miss Lynn Fletcher?
Here it comes.
I'll be riding my bike till I'm 35.
35.
Well, if that's what you choose. But you can also drive a car. In the face of the craziest traffic, I have never seen more alert.
More alert and focused driving, yep.
In all my life. This is a thrill I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
By the way, I have 2 sisters I always wanted to bust.
Damn!
You never will get us, Brian.
Best gag of the show thus far.
Mother, you have got to see what the girls are.
I'll be busted till I'm 35.
The thing they used to build these things is still in the backyard. Come on.
Nope, we got bounced away.
You did such a great job driving us all home.
Yep. Nah, Lords, we got you. We got you. Excellent. License to Bus. What a great song. What a thrill. That was a gag I was not expecting, where the driving instructor wanted to bust his 2 sisters. You never will get us, Brian!